The Eagles defense is facing one of their biggest tests of the year this Sunday. Also, a former Philadelphia Eagle probably facing the biggest test of his life, facing 50 years in federal prison. And lastly, I want to talk about Cooper Dejean and how he might be losing his job. So let's get into it.
You want Philly?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. It's your boy Joe Castro, a.k.a. Philly Fresco, and it is another episode of Philly, the podcast. So we're going to hop right into this, man. I want to start with the defense. The Philadelphia Eagles going against the L.A. Rams. This is probably one of the biggest offensive challenges that they're going to have this year. Obviously, we still have to see the Ravens, but outside of that, I mean, the Steelers don't really have an offense. We saw that the other day. And if it's snowing, they have zero offense. So I'm not too worried about the Steelers offense. But we do have to still play them. We still have to play the Ravens. But I do feel like the Rams is going to be a huge test for us. They've always been a great game for us. I remember Hassan Reddick ending the game. I remember Carson Wentz ending the game on one leg. You know, I try to forget that, but I still remember it. So there's always been great battles against the Rams. Don't let their record fool you. They still have a very good offense. Got a good running game in general, but got a good running back in Williams. Got a good, obviously, core of wide receivers between Kupp and Puka Nacua. So we are going to be tested. This is Quignon's shot. You know, depending on who he's going to be lined up against, this is going to be Quignon's shot to really shut people up. Same thing with Cooper Dejean. Cooper Dejean is going to be out there, and it's going to be very, very nice to see him be able to really shut people up again, because I think he shut a lot of people up in that Washington game. He had some really, really good plays, which we'll go over, you know, probably through the week. But at the end of the day, he's looked really good. This is another opportunity for him to solidify himself as one of those top rookies. You also look at the linebacking core. I truly do feel like this linebacking core is where we want it to be, but this is going to be one of the biggest tests, if not the biggest test. I thought that Washington might give our linebackers some worries with the mobility of Jaden Daniels. They weren't. And I said it before the game. If we took Jaden Daniels out of the run game, they didn't have much of a run game. So we did that. It's going to be interesting to see what we do now. You are going against a team that likes to pass the ball, and they like to pass the ball in many different ways. So it's going to test your it's going to test everything you've been taught. You know, as a cornerback, as a linebacker, as a lineman, it's going to test everything you were taught. Are you going to stay at home? Are you going to play your position and trust in other players to make the plays? We've been doing that over the past 6 weeks, and we've seen dividends, right? It's paid dividends. We've definitely seen it help us. So I want to see that happen again. Again, this is a team that likes to trick your eyes, likes to move you around. It's all about staying disciplined, and I'm excited to see these young guys do it. But guys like Zach Bond, guys like Bryce Huff, guys like Jalen Carter, this is another episode. This is another opportunity for them to show who they are, and I think that all Eagles fans know exactly who they are. They are greatness. Now, staying on the defensive side of things, I do want to talk about Cooper Dejean. I know I might have scared you with the first couple of words, but that's what we do in YouTube land. We have to, get you reeled in. So Cooper Dejean is not going anywhere anytime soon, but he is most likely losing his job as a punt returner. So Britton Covey now is back after his IR stint. He says he's excited. He said that he's going to have to run out of bounds a few more times, but he's excited to be back with the team. And I've heard a lot of people talking about keep Cooper Dejean there. One, Britton Covey is going to be interesting to see if they utilize him as a wide receiver 3. I would like to see that a little bit. We obviously haven't seen the most out of Jahan Dotson. And Britton Covey, when he was in there, he did give us some good plays. So it'll be interesting to see if we utilize him there. I'm keeping Britton Covey at punt returner. Last year, he was the best punt returner. I know that Cooper Dejean has done a great job for us so far, and I hate to say it like this, but he is one hit, one wrong fall away from, getting injured, and I do not want to see that, especially on special teams. So I think that Britton Covey is more than a solid option. I think that, again, he was the best one last year when it comes to net yards. I think that you are okay with Britton Covey coming back, if not excited about Britton Covey coming back. Even Vic Fangio has said about Cooper Dejean, he doesn't like to see him out there as punt returner. So most likely you're going to see Britton Covey back at that punt return spot, and I love to see it. I think that he's, with the time that he's taken off and the time that he's gotten off because of this injury, I think that he's hungry. I think he's ready to go back out there. So I think punt returner is a foregone conclusion, right? But I do want to see if they do utilize him as that wide receiver 3. I just haven't seen enough out of anybody, realistically. You've seen them try to kind of put the square peg in a round hole with Anais Smith, with Johnny Wilson, with Jahan Dotson. So it'll be interesting to see if they say, all right, we got Britton Covey back. You kind of showed out in the games that you were allowed to, be that wide receiver 1, 2, really however you want to look at it. We didn't have any of our wide receivers. So it'll be interesting to see if they're like, all right, go out there, big dog. Go do what you got to do and make it work for you, big dog. I would love to see it. Personally, I would love to see it. I think he deserves it. But you guys let me know. And then before we get into the last thing, be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, man. Join the family. We're on the road to 10K. That's my goal. I don't care. I'm staying there. And once we hit it, I'll come up with a crazier, goal. But right now, I want to hit 10K by the end of the season. You guys can help me with that. We always ask as YouTubers, hit that like, hit that subscribe, but share it with somebody. You know what I'm saying? If you know somebody that needs some flavor, as you know, we go to the Senior Bowl, we go to the Combine and all that. So I'd really appreciate it if you took a second to just hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the family. Now, last thing I want to talk about is Wendell Smallwood. Where he's going, you might not want to have a last name like Small. Anyways, let's just talk about it. So Wendell Smallwood, former Philadelphia Eagle, I believe he played for Washington as well, if I'm not mistaken. He was a good player. I mean, it is what it is. I believe we had his cousin on here 2 years ago, I want to say it was. He sang the national anthem at the Dallas Cowboys Eagles game 1 week. I think it was like a Monday night. Either way, I'm going on a total tangent. Wendell Smallwood Jr. is facing 50 years, up to 50 years in federal prison for a scam having to do with PPP loans, if I'm not mistaken. It was a PPP loans, babe. It was PPP loans. I know some of y'all out there was trying to get your little extra couple $1,000s from PPP, while apparently Wendell Smallwood was as well, and he was getting over $100,000. I think I read somewhere. So it was no small thing. He's facing multiple felony federal charges. This could be something really bad. I also did read somewhere that he most likely won't be seeing that much time. He will be most likely getting a slap on the wrist. It is what it is. Usually when you got money, that's kind of what happens. It's insane to see that Wendell Smallwood would ever need to do that. And I'm going to be 100% honest. I did have his cousin on here. I still talk to his family. He's good people. Got love for him. Does definitely make me think a little bit differently about Wendell Smallwood. When you're in the NFL, no matter what, you're making a couple $100,000 at the very minimum, right? At the very minimum, you're making a couple $100,000. Why are you stealing from people that need it or that might need it? I know he's not the only one that has done it. I know that he's not going to be the last one that does it. He wasn't the first. He won't be the last. He wasn't the one in the middle. You know what I'm saying? He was just another person that did it. But definitely not a good look. I would say good luck to him, but I really don't think he deserves that good luck. It is what it is. You stole from people. Probably shouldn't do that. I don't know what else to tell you. So I'll be kind of keeping my eye on that because I think that's going to be a very interesting situation. You never want to see nobody go to jail unless they deserve it. You tell me how you feel on that situation. It is what it is. But I'm excited for this game Sunday. You guys let me know what you guys want to talk about next. I will be going live pretty soon. And I got a special return of Best of Enemies coming either Saturday or Sunday. So keep your eye open for that. We're in the talks of just bringing it back. Everybody's been so busy and they've been sad. So I can't wait. I can't wait to talk about it. You gotta let me know. You let me know if you're ready for Best of Enemies. But other than that, y'all know what it is, man. Y'all know what it's gonna be. Y'all know what it's always been, obviously. So it's Fly Eagles Fly. And we are out, shit. Peace!
Eagles fans everywhere, this is for
Yeah.
you.
Fly Eagles flying on the team. Touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird gang nation, baby. It's